number 11, Ben Revere.
Welcome back to the Rogers Center. If you're just joining us, the Jays went up 2-0 in the bottom of the third, thanks to a two-out triple by Anthony Gose and consecutive singles from Rajay Davis and Adani Hechavarria. It's the top of the fourth now. Ben Revere looking in against Brandon Morrow. And the first pitch of the inning, fake bunt attempt, and that's taken for ball one. So far, the only hit for the Twins has been from Ben Revere. He singled in the first. Morrow again from the windup. Pitch to Revere is called for strike one. Ben Revere, one of the few players in the majors with 40 stolen bases. He stole the 40th base of the season on Monday night. He's the first Minnesota Twin with 40 steals since Chuck Knobloch in '97. Count is 2-1 now on Revere. Morrow winding, and here's the pitch. Outside, the count goes to 1-3 on Ben Revere. Morrow steps off, goes to the rosin bag, and now he's back. Still nobody out here in the top of the fourth. Here's the 3-1. That has popped up foul down the left field line, and that will be out of play. Full count now on Revere. Nobody out here still in the top of the fourth. Over in the American League West, in a dramatic turn of events, the Oakland Athletics captured the Western Division crown over the Texas Rangers. They were not in first place for a single day all year until today. And the Jays fans before the game got to watch the last few innings of that game. Here's the pitch. That is lined right back past Morrow's ear up the middle. So Revere gets his second hit of the ball game up the middle.
Designated hitter, number 7, Joe Mauer.
And that'll bring up Joe Mauer, the designated hitter. In the first, when Revere singled, he was picked off at second in the fielder's choice when Mauer grounded out. This has been another solid season for Mauer. As we mentioned, even though he's only been catching spottedly, he caught career game number 832. He's passed Earl Batty, and he is the all-time leader in games caught by a Minnesota Twins catcher. And Morrow threw strike one past him. Revere the runner at first, still no one out here in the top of the fourth. Morrow comes set. Looks in at Mauer and deals. Low outside, ball one. Mauer at this point in the season hitting .320. He grounded into a fielder's choice his first at-bat in the top of the first inning. Revere leading off first base. Jan Gomes, the first baseman for Toronto, holding him on. Here's the 1-1 to Mauer. Taken low and away, ball two. One of Mauer's great strengths up at the plate, he has such a keen eye for the strike zone. Even on years when he's been injured, he's never lost and never wavered from his keen eye up at the plate. And that's enabled him to play so well and hit so well for so long. Here's the 2-1 from Morrow. That's low and inside in the dirt, and the count goes to 3-1 on Mauer. We mentioned earlier in the game that at this point in the season, this being the final game, over the last few weeks, a lot of teams out of the playoff race have been cycling in the rookies to get them used to the experience of the big leagues, playing in front of the bigger stadiums and the bigger crowds, and facing the best the game has to offer, so that when spring training rolls around, they'll be more adept and have a better chance to make the club. Revere goes, and the 3-1 pitch is fouled off behind the plate. Revere was trying to take second on that one. He had a good jump on that play, and I believe he would have had second base had not Maurer fouled it off. So the hit and run backfired, and the count is now 3-2 on Joe Maurer. Morrow back on the mound again, looking for the sign from Aaron Sebia. Morrow comes set. Payoff pitch to Maurer. Revere goes again, and Maurer takes, Joe Maurer takes ball 4. And so the Minnesota Twins have runners on first and second, still no one out here in the top of the 4th. Cleanup hitter Chris Parmalee, the first baseman, stepping to bat now. The left-handed hitter looking to make some noise for Minnesota. The Twins went down 2-0 to the Blue Jays in the bottom of the 3rd. It's being the top of the 4th now. They're looking to, with 2 runners on, get at least one, if not all of them back. Morrow doing a little landscaping on the mound right now. Since being recalled from the minors, Chris Parmalee is batting .292 with 3 homers, 5 doubles, and 14 RBI in 21 games. Morrow, the first pitch to Parmalee, is called their first strike. Morrow, so far in this game, has 5 strikeouts. That gives him 102 for the regular season. Ben Revere leading off second, Joe Maurer from first. Infield, double play shift. Morrow checks Revere at second, and pitch is swung on and missed, and Parmalee quickly down 0-2. Hitting .233 for the season, but .292 in his last 21 games, Parmalee looking to at least get a ball from the outfield, to score the speedy Revere. Morrow looks in for the sign. Gets the one he wants, checks the runners. The 0-2. Just outside, ball 1. We were talking a little bit earlier about how injuries played a large part in the Blue Jays' fortunes this season. Morrow was one of the key members of a starting rotation that, despite its youth, started out the season very strongly and then all fell to injury. Here's the pitch. And struck out looking is Chris Parmalee. He didn't like that call. He thought he held back, but it stands as a strike 3. And that is the first out in the inning. That's the second time in the game Parmalee struck out looking to Brandon Morrow. So with 1 out now, Trevor Plouffe comes in, hoping to at least bring in Revere from second. Plouffe this year having a good year offensively. He hit his 20th home run of the season on August 29th. And he's the first player in his rookie or sophomore season to have 20 or more home runs. So congratulations to him on that milestone. Here's the first pitch. Low and away, ball 1. It wasn't only the Jays pitching staff that went down to injury. A number of key players are missing from this final game. We've seen a lot of the impressive talent of the rookie players, but missing from the picture are, of course, Edwin Encarnacion, Jose Bautista, the Jays' lone all-star of the year, who would have had great numbers, except he went down with a broken wrist and is out for the season. So he left not hitting 30 home runs. Here's the pitch from Morrow, low and away for ball 2. And so Edwin Encarnacion, with the departure, had to take up most of the hitting and had to protect a lot of hitters in the lineup, and ended up splendidly hitting 42 home runs. That's 3rd in the majors, behind Josh Hamilton and quite possibly the soon-to-be crowned Triple Crown winner, Miguel Cabrera. Here's the pitch. Low and away, ball 3 on Trevor Plouffe. 3-0 now the count on Plouffe, with 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Ben Revere on second. Joe Maurer walked. He's on first base. Morrow looking in for the sign. He's trying to get back into this against Plouffe. And here's the 3-0. Just low, and that will be ball 4. So a walk loads the bases here with 1 out in the top of the 4th. And Carson stepping to the bat now.
Left fielder number 22, Matt Carson.
Plouffe walks on 4 pitches. He's the second walk Morrow's issued in the inning. Carson, another one of the Twins AAA affiliate players from Rochester. He was brought back up on August 31st. Carson's been hitting .282 since then. Or rather, he hit .282 with the AAA Red Wings to go along with 14 home runs. Here's the first pitch from Brandon Morrow. Tried to hold the swing back there, but he went through for strike 1. Bases loaded, 1 out for the Minnesota Twins here in the top of the 4th inning. Brandon Morrow for the Blue Jays have been holding them in check until now. Morrow ahead 0-1 on Matt Carson. The delivery just outside, ball 1. With AAA Rochester, the Rochester Red Wings, the AAA team from Minnesota, Carson hit .282 with 14 home runs, 28 doubles, 2 triples, and 53 RBIs. And as we said before, he was called up on August 31st. Here's a ground ball. Lowry to Hecuvaria, and Gomes will not scoop the ball out. He bobbled the throw from Hecuvaria in the dirt. And so they will only end up with 1 out on the play. It would have been a great double play to end the inning, but the throw from Hecuvaria came in a little bit low, and Gomes couldn't handle the throw. So the Twins get on the board with a run now on what will be called a fielder's choice. Plouffe was called out at second on the play. A great effort by Brett Lowry on the charging play. But Carson gets the RBI ground out on the play, and he's at first. So runners on the corners now with 2 out here in the top of the 4th. And Brendan Morrow looks into Eduardo Escobar. First pitch high and away, ball 1. Score is now 2-1 for Toronto here in the top of the 4th inning. Escobar, the second baseman, batting in the number 7 spot today. He struck out swinging his first time up back in the top of the 2nd. Morrow comes set and deals. That one is fouled into the left field stands. Count is 1-1 now on Escobar. He made his debut for the Twins on September 4th of this year. Made his debut in a game against the Chicago White Sox. He went 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs to go along with 2 runs scored. Not much better you can do in anybody's debut. Morrow comes set, and the 1-1 fouled away again, and the count goes now to 1-2. One and 2 count now on Eduardo Escobar. 2 away here in the top of the 4th. Runners on the corners. Blue Jays lead 2-1 over Minnesota. Brandon Morrow, so far this has been his longest inning of the game, and he's trying to get out of this one with only 1 run as damage after having the bases loaded. Morrow looks in at Aaron Sebia, and the 1-2. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. Morrow gets out of a jam. The Blue Jays don't manage to get out of the inning unscathed. An RBI fielder's choice by Trevor Plouffe. Matt Carson gives the Jays a 2-1 lead. And we'll be back in the bottom of the 4th. You're listening to Blue Jays Baseball.